What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's another episode of the Summer Show. I ain't really been doing a whole lot. I'm just lazy as hell, and I'm so sorry. But today's topic is going to be, no matter how old your kids get, don't be afraid to give them advice. Don't feel like you're, don't ever feel like you're getting on their nerves or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. As long as you breathe, as long as they breathe, and you're going to be their parent, they're going to be your child. You might find yourself in a situation where you see them going through something, and you just be like, look, man, let me tell you how it was when I was going through that. Or either you find somebody that's can speak on the same subject matter that can help them get out of a situation, because they're still going to be your kids, and they're going to act like your kids. And the wisdom that you gather throughout your life, you're supposed to share with them, even if it's not your child, some young child that you're close to, or a stranger, whoever. Don't be afraid to tell them, give them the best advice you can give them that may save them a whole world of trouble, save them some type of heartache, save them from any negative feedback or consequences that may come their way. I mean, even if they decide to go through with whatever it is they're trying to do, explain to them what could happen. At least they have a healthy idea of how to maneuver in the situation. I mean, you can't just let them operate without giving them the best advice you can give them. At least they can never say that you turned your back on them. They can never say that you didn't help them. I know that it's been told to me quite a few times, like, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Let them do what they want to do. That's the worst advice I feel that you can, that's the worst attitude you can have toward the situation. I can remember being, over 21 and having gone through a situation, and I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Sometimes your kids are hard-headed. I would say if you done said it at least 3 times, then yeah, maybe you might want to just fall back. And if they're giving you attitude because you're trying to help them, then yeah, okay, you can fall back. But don't not take the opportunity to help them grow the best way that you can as a parent. It is your job to do that as a parent. I don't care how old you are or how old your kids get. And for those who believe in God, He is called the Father. And for those of us who are over 40, over 50, over 60, He is still the Father. So with that, with that aspect in play, you never get too old to receive instruction from your parents, heavenly or worldly. So once again, folks, man, if y'all got kids out there, especially in these days and times, don't be afraid. Don't fall back and not say nothing. You feel like they're hanging out with the wrong people. You feel like they're maneuvering in the wrong direction. You feel like whatever the case may be, sit down and talk with them about it, because they may not know what they're doing. They may just be doing what they feel they need to do. And those of us who are in their 40s, we've made a lot of mistakes, and we sit back and like, man, I wish I would have done that. Man, I wish I would have did this. We can't leave our kids hanging. Don't leave them hanging. If you feel like sharing your wisdom, your advice that you know is going to help them maneuver and be a better person, according to whatever guideline you choose to follow, hey, don't leave them hanging. I don't care if they mad or not. Text it to them, send them a letter, sit down and talk with them verbally. My mom personally, my brothers was always on my back, and I'm thankful for that, because I had to look back and I could never say that they didn't care about certain situations, but they gave that advice, and I do the same thing for my nieces and nephews and my children. I don't care how they might